Hey everybody, it's Brooke. I hope you're having a great night. I have been playing around with paper clips. For some reason, it looks a little blurry on the camera, and I'm sorry. The nice old man's been messing around with it and can't seem to get a handle on it, so I thought I'd go ahead and give it a shot anyway. So these paper clips are from this creative genius named Gi Kerr, and I hope I'm saying that right, but I will link her original idea video down below. Okay, I won't, but the nice old man will. And this is totally her idea. I just changed it up a little bit with the shapes I used. She did hearts on hers, and they were just beautiful. But I decided that it was springtime, so I would give flowers a shot. And I fired up the old Cricut and cut out these flowers. And the thing that's really cool about these is they have dangles on them. I don't know, see if I can pull it up. There we go, you can see my poor craftsmanship there. That was my first one. But see the little bead dangles? They're just beautiful. And they're clips, they stay on. And on the back, they're pretty as well. So I just think these are so clever and so different and fun that I made these, and then I thought, well, gosh, Easter's coming. I should make a bunny. And so I made a bunny. And here he is. Let's see if I can get him on there. Isn't he so cute? Look at his little dangle. He's got little glossy eyes and a bow tie. Oh gosh, that is so flashed out. There we go. You can kind of see him there. So anyway, that's the little bunny, and he's got an Easter egg on the back. And I just think that's the most adorable clip. You can't even tell that that's polka dotted. There we go. So I will just take a second here and show you how I made them. And again, I'll link Gi's video down below because this was totally her idea. So basically what you do is you take your shapes, and you need two of each actually. So I have a bunny decorated and a bunny plain, and then I also have a decorated Easter egg and a plain Easter egg somewhere over here in the pile. There we go. So that's what you need, and a piece of wire, and you want to end up with about an inch or so, maybe an inch and a half in between the two items to make the loop for the dangle. So I'm just going to cut off a piece and using my handy dandy nippers. My jewelry making skills have gone to heck in a handbasket. I will proceed it with that. So what I'm going to do is I've got the wire, and I've got my ruler, which of course has a glare, so I'll move it down. And I'm going to start with the bunny. And what I'm going to use is double-sided tape, which I did not get out because that would be too smart. Sorry, clank. There we go. So I've got double-sided tape, and I've got some Aleene's tacky glue. And I'm just going to take my double-sided tape, and Gi recommends using this because it holds the wire better when you're trying to twist it around. I have found that you really need to let this dry before you start twisting it. You need to let the glue set up. So I made some. Through the magic of TV, I have one that we can twist because normally I'm just terribly impatient. And I found if you try to twist up the wire while the glue is still wet, it just tears right through the paper, and it's extremely annoying. Take it from me. Ask me how I know. So I've got the backing off that tape. Now I'm stuck to the bunny. And I'm just going to put some glue on the back of this guy. And try to get up to the edges, especially where the wire is going to sit. Liberally gluing myself, as I often do. Get that out of the way. Oh, perhaps if we put the wire in, that would be good. So I'm just plunking the wire right down there, making sure it's good and stuck. I guess I could move this up a little bit. There we go. And I'm going to line this bunny up on top. And then really, in Gi's words, really smush it. Make sure it's really smushed to get that wire good and seated in there. So I'm going right up and down the wire, and it shows a little bit in the back, but I don't think it's the end of the world. Lining my bunny up as well as I can. Trying to make sure that wire is nice and straight in between his ears. Mushing, mushing, mushing. Then I'm going to put my ruler here, and with my egg, I want to put the top of the egg upward. There we go. A couple of these, yes indeed, I actually did put them on upside down, and also disappointing. Ask me how I know, again. So I'll take the double-sided tape and just put a piece right down the middle of the egg. And I'm putting the decorated side down because we're going to twist it around, and that way the decorated side will be on the back of the clip. So both sides will be pretty. And as always, the most difficult part of the whole thing is getting that backing off. And I'm just going to glue it up. Make sure there's plenty on there. And slide that down so it's about 1.5 inches. I think the wire's a little bit longer than it needs to be, but that's okay. And I'm going to move that glary, mean ruler. Push that wire down so it gets caught by the tape. And then just put its lid on. Again, trying to make sure that the wire is coming out from the top of the egg so it'll lay straight. Not all of them do when I make them, but I'm okay with that. We're not going for perfection here. So, smushing it, trying to align those edges. This is the decorated side of the egg. I did go around and did some inking on the inside pieces of the egg, just to sort of make the decoration stick out more. And I'm smushing it and smushing it and smushing it. And at this point, you could definitely go around with your distress ink, you know, and sort of outline the edges a little bit. It will help cover up anything that's not perfectly straight, and it just kind of makes everything stand out more. So again, through the magic of TV, I'm going to put this one aside, and I have one that's already dry, because please take my word for it, don't do this while the glue is still wet. So here's this little guy, and I have distressed him, and I use glossy accent, or not glossy accents, enamel accents for his eyes. And the egg is glued on the back and also distressed. So now what we're going to do is twist this around. Make sure I'm in camera. And twist it around. Oop, line it up. Hoping everything stays where it's supposed to. Get that loop there. Get the bunny lined up with the egg. And then, push them up a little bit. There we go. Then what I'm going to do is hold both the egg, the wire, and the bunny all up at the top as tightly as I can. Grab hold of that little loop of wire and just twist. And twist it and twist it. I'm using 20 gauge wire, and I tried 22 gauge. It didn't seem to make it clip well, like it wouldn't stay on the paper well, but this kind of fights back, so I'm not sure if a different gauge would work better. But then you just want to straighten that out and make sure the loop is facing the same way as the bunny is. Oop, and it's coming out of his belly a little bit, but that's okay. So there he is. There it is on the back. Then you're just going to take your round nose pliers. I have some here somewhere. Nope, those are not it. Well, I just used them, so I know they're here. Oh, here we go. And sort of adjust the loop in front of the bunny's ears and grab a hold of it, if you can do that. Tricky. And bend it down. And that's where your fun dangle's going to go. So you kind of have to fuss with his ears a little bit and make sure he's okay. And honestly, you could do this with anything. Stickers, bits of cardstock, anything. Cutouts. I did a couple with the little cutouts from the scrapbook pages. And and stickers. So then all you're going to do is hold on for the big noise, because I forgot to get my beads out as well. These are all my sort of little dangly bits. I meant to get one out. And I think I'll use one already made, so maybe something blue. That's kind of big. That's kind of bright. There must be somebody cute and blue in here. Yeah, I really meant to do this first. Sorry about that. You can also make a bead dangle yourself, but just in the interest of time, I was going to do this. Good job, huh? This one's cute. It's not exactly the right color blue, but it'll do. So that's already got the little jump ring on it. So I'm going to take my 2 pairs of flat nose pliers, grab a hold of that. When you're opening a jump ring, you don't want to pull it apart. What you want to do is grab it on either side of the opening and twist it apart. Oops, I had the wrong place. So you want to twist it apart. Just pop it right on that loop you made, she says, and close it back up. Hopefully the glare isn't bad. I don't know what's going on. This is a new camera and it's being naughty. And so there he has his little dangle. Isn't he so cute? I'm not much of a cutesy person normally, but I just think this bunny is adorable. I'll get a piece of paper and show you. He just slips right on there. Oop. Easier said than done again. There we go. He slips right on there. He's nice and secure. You can kind of mess around with your fingers to get it laying flat. And he'd stick right up over the edge. Oop. He'd stick right up over the edge of your book or your planner or whatever, and his little sparkly dangle would show. And on the back is this adorable Easter egg. Isn't that cute? Geez, a genius, I'm telling you. So that's the Easter one that I made with my Cricut. I did make one other one in case you don't have a Cricut. You don't need a Cricut. You can use punches, you can use, as I said, the cutouts, cut-aparts from scrapbooking pads, anything that you have, stickers. I made this one with some scraps off my desk and one of the Tim Holtz paper dolls, a little bit of lace. Oh, and I forgot to color the back. Whoops. You should probably color the back. But this works just the same, where it slides over the edge of the paper. That cute little lady would pop right out over the top. Oh, I cut off her head, sorry. She'd pop right out off the top of your page, and it's got that adorable little dangle. And the back would look a whole lot better had I finished it, but I think you get the idea. So I just think this is genius. It was a whole lot of fun to make. A great way to use your scraps that are laying around on your desk, or to get the dust off your Cricut. No dust on my Cricut, nope. Well, maybe. But it was really a lot of fun, so I thought I would share that. And thank you so much for taking the time. I always enjoy hanging out with you guys. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, go check out our Facebook page, Recreations by Brooke. All the info to stalk us on the interwebs is down below in the description. You guys have a great night, and I'll see you soon. Bye.